Hello people and welcome to follow yet another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match. This is the final day of week 3 of the group stage. And we will be starting off the day with a match from Group A with Catalonia versus Australia. Australia being the newcomer to the competition. This is their first year and so far they have had quite the beating, first in the hands of Finland by 5-0 and then in the hands of I believe it was uh, Hungary. Let's we can quickly check that. So on week 2 they played actually not Hungary but uh, uh, they played China and lost 4-1 with Megot Noskill being able to take down a match point for Australia, and that is also the very first point of Australia ever in the history of WTCOC. So gotta feel good for Megot. But the classification for both of these teams at the moment is looking quite, let's say, dangerous. So at the moment, Finland and China are both having 3 out of 3 wins, have not lost a single match yet, and are very strongly holding on to those top 2 spots. Then Hong Kong with 1 win at the moment, and Catalonia has a chance to get 2 wins today if they manage to beat Australia, which, by experience, since Catalonia is really much not a new team, they should be having a quite the upper hand in this battle, and also, for their own, I guess, for their own sake, if they want to really fight for those top 2 spots, then today is kind of a must win because Finland and China will still be battling each other, and one of these is going to have 4 wins at least. But also Hong Kong still able to get to 3 wins as well. So 3 wins is most likely definitely what it is going to take to get to at least the top 3 in this group. And top 3, you will not be able to guarantee your playoff chances. Now, what comes to the lineups, you can see them just above me. On table 1, we have Miriam Lopez, that's Carquinyolis versus fateyes. Table 2, the Catalonia captain, David Bourgeois, with screen name defdean, and he'll be fighting against Shayne from Australia. Then pcapella versus Megot Noskill. On table 4, Samuel Arroyo, that's Kasum Lola versus 5 Murph. And table 5, Dani Garcia versus IHM22. Now, Australia is certainly giving a lot of playtime to Megot and 5 Murph, who are arguably the better caliber players from the Australian team, as well as Shayne as well. So it is really no news that they are really trying to get their opening win. It would be certainly great to have. Now we will be starting with table number 2 with defdean and Shayne, unless the chat has other ideas. So if you do want to see a specific match or a specific duel or a game, then do let me know in the chat and I will try to accommodate your requests as best as possible. But as you can see, the rating is not really a friend of Shayne here, as he's almost 400 points below defdean, who is a strong master, and we are almost undoubtedly going to see how like what kind of differences there exactly are between a 300 rated player and a experienced master. First of which seems that Shayne is not that eager to meeple early not that eager to meeple early roads, and I would love to see the sequence of how this has gone with the early tiles, as it kind of looks like that defdean has been getting roads as well here, pointing to Shayne's city, but has not meepled them, which would be quite odd. But since I can't make sure of that, then, well, actually I could through the logs, but we are not going to see the trouble of, then we are not going to bother with that all that much. Nice move actually from Shayne here. So pre-finishing a potential 5-point road and trying to look for a city crossroad tile. Also trying to, of course, not get blocked here, because there are still 3 tiles that can make that happen. The 3 remaining daggers with the right-hand side curve. But these are quite annoying tiles to play now for Shayne, this second one, because, I mean, yeah, he could start a city here, I guess, which I wanna say is his best move also, but it's not really all that, inviting, so to say. Because like it's 3 points. It needs, you know, 4 Doritos, and 3 of them are already gone. He starts a city off like this, which is, it's like understandable because it doesn't create a immediate vulnerability over here, but at the same time, like, now the city needs, like, well, technically the city doesn't need more tiles than you would over here, but uh, if you're gonna try and build the city safely, then it will need more tiles, because it will need like a Dorito here, triple city, Dorito, so like 6 tiles with safe city building, and yeah. Now comes now we see the difference between the 300 and 700, where Shayne is gonna go for the save of the city, sure, but he saves the city to the 2 remaining starting tiles instead of the 3 remaining city crossroads. And also now, whenever defdean gets a straight road, he will immediately will be going over here. and claiming and pre-claiming this road, and then suddenly this road and move by Shayne bears no value. This move bared value when assuming that this city was going to be finished with a city crossroad. It does not bear value when we are trying to finish it off with a starting tile. And that is a huge, huge difference. And Shayne now feels feels the severity of his actions, and he has now first-hand knowledge of what he has done, and the realization is hitting hard. Uh, we can actually still go here, and then we can try to get a straight road, and like actually pre-complete this entire road for 10 points. Now there is an issue, of course, that then it is likely that David is going to get a starting tile and actually get this road himself. But at least then we will ensure that the city gets actually finished. So that's that is something. In the meanwhile, David gets his city finished for 20 points. And as a matter of fact, it was not really bothered all that much. Looks like maybe only for the part of the Quad City, which might have actually been forced by David himself. I'm not quite sure. And with this one straight road. Now, defdean with the final remaining triple city with the road, I would imagine actually taking 2 points here would actually be quite strong. Because then it will be really unpleasant for Shayne to meeple this road when and if he gets one of the starting tiles. Because if he then meeples the road, he will not complete it, or he will have quite a significant wait to do that, but he will because he will be restricted then to the one final starting tile. And this is also like somewhat okay. Uses a road and to your advantage. And do you see what I just in time comes defdean swooping in from the shadows, and Shayne does go there anyway because it is, one extra point for Shayne compared to defdean. But I mean, look at this. I mean, after all the effort that Shayne put in on this road with this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile, like 4 tiles, and this tile 5 tiles, defdean simply just invests one singular tile on the road, places a meeple and gets rewarded 10 points. And this is why like pre-building these very long roads is not really that good of an idea. This is why we are really aiming to get the city the city crossroad, and this is why we don't do restriction like this. But surely Shayne knows better now. Well, in the future games, that is. tries to get some quick points. Well, not really quick points, but tries to get a quick finished monastery, but does get immediately blocked. It is 8 points though, so it's not that bad. defdean makes a wise move, and also again just in time. What a master of timing this man is. So, first with the straight road, as Shayne has his long-waited starting tile in hand, and then just in the nick of time, unifying these two 1-point city pieces when Shayne has the divider in hand. Also, unfortunately for Shayne, he is continuing his city, but he is doing it unfortunately from the wrong side, because doing it from this side would be far better in terms of actually having better chances of finishing the city, because as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 road Doritos, as well as 1, 2, and 3 triple cities with a road, so there's nothing to fit into this square. Which means that this city was blockable with only 1 tile, whereas with this, you are still going to have the field Doritos and the field triple cities. Or the field triple city, actually there's only 1 triple city remaining, and now not even field Doritos, but you would have had 1 triple city and 1 more divider to fit into that square, whereas now it is entirely blocked, and all dreams and hopes are gone with it. Straight road for defdean, not difficult to imagine where it's going to go. Also, I reckon it'll come with the me. Oh, actually, never mind. Yeah, I mean this was looking like a natural move, but then you don't really want to maybe potentially sacrifice your 8-point road for invasions, and there are still all four field crossroads remaining, and so defdean can simply later on finish this road with one of those field crossroads, and also perhaps meeple this 6-point field, unless it gets expanded already, which it very well might. defdean with 1 meeple and a vanilla, so pretty much a 1 meeple and a dream. I guess, yeah, just here going for the empty city cap on your own field, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there are only 2 straight roads to fit into this square, and Shayne does save the connection, but we have to wonder at what cost though, because he is attacking to a 6-point road with a crossroad. A crossroad that he could have actually used over here to prevent the to prevent the expansion of this field to now 12 points. And I mean, sure, his let's say grand idea was going to be limiting this square to a crossroad, or that's what I would have preferably done, or tried to do, as Shayne, with like a straight road or a curve or even with this crossroad actually, would have been nice to get the restriction going. But those two shining points were enough to convince Shayne to not make the limitation immediately there and then, and it is now kind of not paying out that well. David getting even more points, expanding the field to now 15 points and 18 points, and strengthening the field with a second meeple. And it is pretty much looking to be over for the game for the game one, really, with 10 tiles remaining. Uh, David having a 24-point lead on the scoreboard with 18, really 10 points plus the field. So, and because Shayne has to invest at least 2 meeples onto the field, then that means that defdean will have a 2 meeple advantage plus 10 points extra, and that is basically equal to you do whatever like I can do whatever I want. I don't have to care about anything. That's basically what it equals to. Like, if he just keeps taking points here, I mean, he should be golden, because there is very little of what Shayne can do here. Also, the field is like really difficult to attack to anyway. I'm not sure where you could even do that. I guess from here through crossroads. But these kind of like these leaps of field attacks could actually be quite difficult to spot the for a 300 rated player, because usually your field connection is something like this. Like, you go directly next to the connection and you continue that that envoy really with another tile, and I believe this square is also now entirely blocked. There are no straight roads. Wow. No straight roads, no road monasteries, and Shayne going for an absolute desperation meeple, which also gets blocked immediately into shambles. That was the final dagger that was in the deck. And yeah, definitely Shayne not getting anything done here with the remaining tiles. He's also going to be now like down 18 points, well, 15 points plus 24 points on the field. So plus minus 39 at the moment for defdean. And by the calculation of defdean, he believes that there are actually even city caps remaining, which there was at least one. And there are more. There is also the second divider remaining. But this one, I am not even sure why defdean bothered to go with the meeple here. Like, he could have just gone over here, which I think would have actually been a better move overall. Like, going over here, even without a meeple, and then just wait and see what kind of city caps he gets, if any. As we can see here, he didn't actually get any city caps. So this meeple investment was really made for one singular point, which is not really that great use of a meeple. Welcome, Vasimir. Nice to see you up and early in the stream. So momentarily, somewhat close game here, but now when the field points when the field points kick in, it's going to be far worse for Shayne than he ever imagined it to be. Almost a 40-point difference in the end. And it is not that enjoyable to watch if you are the Australian fan. But it was pretty much what I at least personally expected, having seen the matchup and and also knowing, of course, how strong of a player David is. Let's move on to let's say table 4 with Kasumlola and 5 Murph and see what the situation there is. Looks like they are not playing, at least at the moment, so I wonder what this is all about. Let me actually just try and see some results. Okay, well, actually, table 4 is where Australia is leading at the moment. So, 5 Murph being able to get the first game from Kasum Lola. And that is, well, currently the only table that Australia is winning on. So far, Catalonia winning 1-0 on tables 1, 2, and 5, and Australia on table 4. Table 3 at the moment still has yet to fall on either party's hands. Um, we seem to have. Oh, that was weird. Why did it not say that they were in the game? Ah, 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 Dios. Kasum Lola has been blocked. We cannot follow his game. Oh, this is tragic. This is tragic. Well, I guess we won't follow him then. I guess we won't do that. I kind of forgot that not all Catalonia players have me not blocked. Okay, let's go for table 5 then, where again we have a big writing favorite, and it seems to be showing. Also, we kind of have almost a perfect looking square here, but only almost because it's missing a lot of pieces. Um, so 103 to 65 for Danny, and it doesn't really look like the field is bringing all that much help. It seems to be 3 versus 3, and IHM is simply getting a 5-point city. Also waiting for a Dorito to come, which are there still any remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4. There is one field Dorito remaining, but when you are down 38 points, it's not really going to make a difference anymore. Danny just trying to use his meeples as best as he can, and as IHM, reckon we just go here because we want to get that Dorito on our final move for the max points. And well, unfortunately, first of all we don't get it, and second of all we leave this 5-point ruin for Dani, which is also a miss from blue. Let's quickly actually explain why this is a miss. So why we should have gone over here is to take these 4 points, and because the remaining tiles were just 2 shielded city tiles, we were either going to add just simply 2 points more onto this ruin to get it to 6 points, or we were going to go over here at the bottom and to actually finish this 8-point city for 4 points plus then afterwards 7 points. So, and then it was important to deny this ruin from Dani, because this was the most lucrative feature on the board that Green could have taken. So a 2-0 win on table 5 for Catalonia. And then let's head on with, for example, let's get to look how table 1 is doing. fateyes also, who is quite close to actually to the expert rating here at 461. And also this table seems to be maybe actually even the most even when it comes to rating, besides table 4 as well. Both players at 400 there. Okay, fateyes is actually winning at the moment on the scoreboard. There's a chance for Carquinyolis to connect over here, but it would actually just take away the 6 points and give 3 points to fateyes. So the question really is, what are the remaining tiles? Is there a tile to go here? There are no road monasteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So nothing to go into this square, which means that this would be totally actually just plain plunder. +6 for green equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16, 21, 22, 20, 15, 6, +3, +9, +6 for red actually. So it seems that it was pretty essential for fateyes to get this dagger tile himself, though I don't think it would have actually given him the win anyways, at least as his final tile, because it would have given him, oh no wait, it would have been worth 11 points though, would have gotten him to like +5. So maybe it actually would have been a winning tile. If, well, it still wouldn't be a winning tile if red plays optimally, but you rarely kind of do see players playing optimally at this level. There are often quite many mistakes. But Carquinyolis is pulling ahead on table 1 and getting a 2-0 win as well. And it seems that Catalonia is in good shape, as they honestly should be against Australia. I mean, this is, like I said, pretty much a must win for Catalonia if they want to have their championship chances still kept alive. And so far, actually, on table 3, we do have an update. It is going. It is going Capella's way versus Megot Noskill, as Capella is in 1-0 lead. And there's going to be very much an uphill battle with Megot. Once again has to pave his way to a win with the hardest route. Welcome Diverticosas and Ian. Morning indeed. Okay. We have. What do we have? We have a lot of early blocking going over here for both players. This is actually quite a decent move by Megot, so trying to indirectly protect his city from really from anything coming over here. And if his city gets directed downwards, it's not really a problem because there are still three tube dividers to fit into this square. Picapella making a blocking move, though I don't really like it that much because it does give away a shielded tile, and there are still two triple cities with the road remaining. So I would definitely prefer this to be turned like this and just, starting a new city. Because you have 4 meeples though, like you might as well use them, especially for shielded tiles. Picapella has also meepled the monastery at the bottom here. And does get the city and the road saved, so that's great for him. Also does that just in the nick of time again, as Migot was getting ready to block both of these meeples. Could have actually maybe even meepled the road from this side, just because, like, if Picabella then wants to attack the city, then he'll have to just simply complete this road of Migot himself, which would be like really annoying to have to do, but probably still worth to actually to be doing, given that uh, this city is potentially going to be worth 10 points and it is a rather significant threat. But we go for a new city. That's all fine, and Megot should be having a pretty no-brainer move here. Simply adding a point to his road and 2 points to his monasteries, and getting away from this quite a feisty situation. Pcapella going for a blocking move here, but also causing issues for his own city, which I think Megot is gonna go over here now and actually meeple this city even. Because it's not like Megot really needs his meeples at the moment for anything. He isn't really losing value on city caps because then he will then have 2 open cities. He can go for like triple cities to to break the city apart, or go over here, and then road ends and road tiles in general. Just continue his road, build his monastery. So Megot really has all kinds of uses for every tile. Oh, yeah, not really an avid fan of this move. Now it does have a clear purpose, of course. It prolongs the road, it starts a new city, surrounds the monastery, but like I just I don't see this being as the maximum value, you know? I like going over here, starting a city like this. I think it just carries a lot more like weight on it, and like value of a potential blocking threat, because then you could more easily go here with a let's say a Dorito, and then afterwards block this city entirely. Whereas now if you go with the Dorito, then there is a threat of Picabella drawing a Dorito himself, actually threatening to complete the city. And also, I mean, Picabella could actually just draw the Dorito like right now anyway, and like go here, Dorito, another one, and then actually then simply basically freeze these monasteries, because Megot really has no incentive then to place either a Dorito or even a triple city there to allow the completion of the city. And the Dorito is drawn, but it is used to another project of Picabella. And it'll be interesting to see the prioritization of Megot with the city cap. I mean, the most natural move would be over here, because you have then, because this one is like looking more of a triangle requiring city, and this is also what Megot goes for. Now there is of course a threat that this city gets directed upwards, and then is basically turned into a ruin, but it would still be at least 6 points, and there is a triple city with the road remaining still. So as a ruin, it's not that bad, you know. It really wouldn't be that bad. This city cap might have been a little extra to take, maybe, because there was also a city cap available over here for Megot, but it's not like a mistake. It's like inaccuracy at most, if even that. And meanwhile, Picabella is now trying to go for the completion of the city. Now, unfortunately for Picabella, he does need the same types of city caps to both of his cities, which is rather unfortunate for him. And looks like Megot does have some connection issues, so let's hope that they are being dealt with swiftly. I guess also just a straight up move going over here for one pointer, because then we can get a city plus road tile, right? Continue slash finish the city, and I mean in the optimal case we just get a city crossroad. We go here, we get a road end for our road, we get then a curve, then maybe, I don't know, I mean what we are really looking for to this square as Megot is a triple city with the field, right? That's what we are looking for, because that gets gets the absolute least amount of value for Picabella, but it does get a meeple back to Megot's hand, and it also progresses this monastery, this monastery also. So instead of the natural move of going over here, we go for the block of the city, but immediately Picabella does get a Dorito. And did I say something about city crossroad? Straight road, city crossroad, finishing this. Yeah, I think I mentioned about something about that. Yeah. Um, Now, the bad news for us was that we kind of needed that same tile everywhere. Could be used over here, could be used over here, could be used over here, could even be used over here. And maybe somewhere else as well. If you are like really trying to go for it, maybe. Oh, but we didn't have a meeple though, so. A straight road for Picabella seems like a rather natural spot to add a point to your road, no? To your monastery. Maybe going over here also is decent. Dropping a farmer. Yeah, used as Dorito. And now we get a monastery, which I think we definitely should be meepling here. I know it can be blocked, but like this is just a perfect monastery square. Well, almost perfect. It would be even more perfect if it was not blockable, but it is. But there are still quite many curves remaining in the deck, 5 to be exact. And now we do get the fantastic defense with two extra points. Also, with the curve, we are going to be able to lay down on this 6-point field. We can then grow it to 9 points, and we can enjoy life. Okay, now do we go here or do we go here? And I think the prioritization of Picabella is at peak here. Now it is of course very enticing to finish a larger city, but it's very important to realize the consequences of your actions here. So here the consequences of your actions are so that you get a meeple back from your city, you get a 9-point field, but your opponent gets nothing. Whereas here you get some more city points, you get a 6-point field, and you get a meeple back for yourself, but also for your opponent, and you help building the second monastery. So actually finishing this city, even though it might, actually doesn't even be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14, 12, and this, they actually both 12-point moves, which makes this even better. Simply because it doesn't give a meeple back to Megot. But point value wise, both are the same. So, Megot with a dagger, looking to, oh, I'm not sure about that attack though. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only one field Dorito, but only one field Dorito and only one cow. It's quite a risky attack, no? With 20 tiles remaining. Eh, yeah, not that great. And also, oh, yikes! I love this move. Gotta love it. Also goes for the meepling of the monastery, just in case Megot gets a tile to go over here, and then we don't waste the points on the monastery. So we are, of course, looking to get a road tile over here and block the connection. And we do get it. So our plan works absolutely perfectly here. Now, Megot has been able to be the first one on this field. And I guess he has to, yeah, I guess he had to think a moment whether he would actually take these 5 points here, because there are still, like I said, quite a many curves remaining, still 4 in the deck. And like, if you don't take these 5 points, then it's going to be potentially a 10-point loss, because it's 5 points technically away from you and 5 points more on your opponent. So, you know, that's 5 plus 5, that's 10 points. But Megot decided to simply make the field a bit more secure, though it's not really secure at all, because pcapella can attack the field easily from like via this square here. A road tile over here, and drop a farmer, get a curve, live a nice life. But these meeples are gonna be needed back into Pau's hand quite soon, because we are running short on tiles, and Megot is 24 points ahead on the scoreboard. And Megot is also most likely, I would want to say, debating on attacking this this field over here, maybe on his very next move, or a curve would also go nicely over here. Uh, yeah, I'm not. Mm, okay, I mean, it does attack the field, and we are gonna be successful. Actually, yeah, I mean, this is just better, because we just take the, yeah, we we did have to arguably take this with us. Unfortunately, we did now not get those 5 points, but But we are seemingly kind of back in the game now with these two meeples, and this field is 6 points on its own anyways, so it's not that bad, right? Um, there was actually a rather wild idea to even like go here first and then, or maybe even here, and then try to connect both this farmer and this farmer at the same time and unify like all the fields. But given the two meeples that Megot had, yeah, it could have turned south like really easily because there are actually several attacking spots to the field, like here, then would have been also in here, over here, and yeah, it would be just quite a quite a bumpy road to try and actually win this field entirely. +6 for Megot, +1, 9 +6 versus 12. So -2 for Megot, +1, +2, +10, +18, +20, +14, +8. +8 for Megot. So far looking decent enough. Needs to avoid city caps from going into Picabella's hand, as this city is looking quite dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Still actually 4 city caps remaining. That's a lot of city caps. That's a lot of city caps. And I guess now the worries of Picabella is how to exactly deal with this city over here. Can we block it? And I think the answer is no. Wait, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we were actually not able to fully block it. We were at best only able to reduce the amount of connection tiles, the amount of city caps that Megot could use on it from 4 to 2, which is not that great, really. What's also not great is that Megot actually finished the city, and we did get a farmer onto the field, but so did Megot as a direct result, and now there's only 2 city caps remaining, and we are even further behind than we were before. We are now like -15. Megot keeps getting even more city caps, and yeah, it's just really bad, man. It's really bad time for Picabella here. Only 1 city cap remaining, and -15, I believe, is the current situation. Megot takes a 6-point field, goes to +21 or so. Then I would imagine +4 move would be coming over here, which Megot is not going to be able to block, but we don't get the city cap anyway. And unfortunately, I mean, the final run out of tiles for Pacapella here was pretty much the worst one possible, of him not being able to get a single city cap, which there were actually 3 remaining, not 4. And so wasn't really able to get really any extra points here, which is shocking. And despite the courageous attempts to get some winning mini battles here, like Picabella did, This field, unfortunately not being the first one on it, was quite a tragic outcome for this game, and I believe Megot is now equalizing the duel score to 1-1. If not more. Let's actually check it from here. No, it is 1-1, yeah. Surprisingly long games actually between these players. Surprisingly long games. Almost half an hour. And we do have news. We do have, well, some good news for Australian fans, some not so good news. Is that on table 2, David Pudua has been able to get a 2-0 win against Shayne, getting a third match point for Catalonia. And well, as a silver lining, 5merv has been able to defeat Carcassonne on table 4 in a 2-0 fashion. So that's going to be a match point for Australia. So they are not going to get swept here, and they have very much a chance to get this match into 3-2. And as a matter of fact, they are the favorites to do so, given Megot's, I want to say, a rather stronger playing style and skill compared to pcapella. But let's see if the Catalonian is going to be able to surprise his opponent yet again. So far, 11-3 advantage for Megot. Not much going on for green here. Starts a new road. Though I'm not sure if I like this this start. I think it was a bit better to go over here and then deny something like a triple city with a road coming over here, which would be like really unfortunate and annoying for Megot, to say at least. The first monastery goes to green here, and I mean this just seems like a big city fight, doesn't it? Going over here, adding another meeple seems like very much an intuitive move, but the Catalonian holds his horses. Actually, to my surprise, I would have even myself went over here, as I think so would many others. And it is now Megot who goes for the attack, and pcapella is simply going to be, well, should be just stacking monasteries over here, as they do. Megot does get the connection straight away, actually with the perfect tile, well, almost with the perfect tile, as it also continues their road. And now pcapella is kinda in having a not so easy time. Has to attack through a sort of a mediocre way, because this square is entirely blockable. Like, there could be a sequence of a city crossroad going over here from Megot, then building up here with a let's say a Dorito and then another Dorito blocking this square. Whereas, like, if you just attack from positions like this, then there is the threat of getting blocked is significantly smaller. So is it going to be 1 point, 2 points, 2 points, maybe here? What's it going to be? There are several options that pcapella could take here. It is just going to be 1 point, and I mean, it does take out a monastery spot, but it's not really that bad because there's also another monastery spot like over here, which stacks these monasteries actually even better than this one would, because it simply shares more squares between all of these three monasteries, shares squares with here and then over here, instead of only here afterwards. Going for slight obstruction of the monasteries, and wow, the perfect tiles for Megot keep on coming. Now, there is of course a silver lining to this, that had Megot not needed this tile over here, then he would not have been then he would have gone over here, which seemingly would not have mattered at all, because we would have gotten the triple city with the road anyway. Now the question is, will Megot attack the city with the third meeple? And I think he will, because this is the only like good attacking opportunity that he will have, and in the future now only really dividers will be able to be of good use. How about over here? I think this is a rather good move if Megot finds it. So it indirectly protects this attacking square from anything going over here, and it also starts a city without leaving the second city cap lying around for pcapella to take. And it also, just simply gets this city an inch closer to actually being completed. Welcome, Lisu. Nice to see some Finnish names in the chat as well. Taking surprisingly long, actually, to think about this. I'm not sure what the other options are. Maybe something like this. This is, well, first of all, not really what I had in mind, and second of all, not really great. It's actually pretty bad. It's arguably pretty bad, because there are still two daggers to fit into this square, and not only is it a city cap left potentially for pcapella to take, it comes not only with the city points but also with the monastery points. And this city that Megot just started is also going to help this monastery greatly. So I would argue that this move is maybe one of the worst moves that he could have done with this tile. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think this is one of the worst moves that he could have done with this tile, which is a shame. And whoa, 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 pcapella, come on. Uh, a blunder answered by a blunder, as pcapella had a fantastic opportunity to go over here, point the city downwards and to the right, then go with another triple city over here, block this square to a quad city, and then unify his third meeple from the top like this, and take over this ruin. Then a massive chance just missed by pcapella. Unfortunately, not seeing further than the regular picture, as in like going over here with like a Dorito, and then just simply equalizing this ruin here. But you gotta see these bigger picture moves when you are in competitions like this one. And this is also very dangerous. You already have a monastery that needs the one remaining dagger, and now there is this move that Megot can do, limiting these monasteries, all of these monasteries, to the one remaining dagger. Doesn't happen though. pcapella gets away with a sigh of relief for now. And I guess it's just gonna go over here, because like this doesn't really, I mean, it makes sense, but it's not really what you want to do, because it is a shielded tile, and you would be like basically inviting the third people of green in for free. It does save the square though. It does save the square. But there aren't actually a whole lot of tiles to go here that would block this meeple. There's only one starting tile. The dagger is already needed over here. Oh, that's great actually. That's great. Yeah, I like that. Because now the only blocking tile that pcapella has on this square is the dagger. Yeah, this is great. This is fantastic, man. This is fantastic. Okay, I think pcapella is, I mean, kind of has to go here, no? Actually, a totally legit option is to go over here, point the road upwards, then, yeah, get a Dorito, get a divider over here, get this one, and actually finish the city and, just win it over. But, well, it was fun while that, you know, dream lasted. But we do, however, we at least do get away with this rather annoying and dangerous situation with our monasteries here. Now we are finally inching closer of actually completing one of them, which is great. Megot with a road monastery could just take 3 points, I guess, but also just a simply great monastery spot here, maybe over here as well, because this one creates a 4-point road, uh, and it's not actually that likely to get taken by pcapella, because he already has a 4-point crossroad spot over here on the right. Oh, ah, there is like a stock market of of the quality of moves with these with these 4 and 500s. Like it just goes like it's starting to be like decent in the beginning, then it's like a massively good move, and then like a nosedive, you know, and we're just like begging for trouble here because we are taking a 3 point monastery here and sharing a square with with a 5 point monastery with pcapella, and we are like trying to create a like some vulnerabilities here for green, which would not even be a vulnerability because it would also harass the square for Megot. Like I don't get this move, man. I just don't get this move. Like I said, a fluctuation between the quality of moves uh, for for Megot here. Ay ay ay. Fluctuation. And now he takes the 6 point monastery spot. Like, what was the point of this? Like, why not just take this one with this and then place a second one next to it? Whereas now you have two monasteries separate from each other, so they are harder to build. uh, it is difficult for me to understand this. Sometimes I would also like almost be ready to pay money to see what goes around in people's heads when they make moves that to me seem like complete mistakes. Okay, plus 13 for Megot. The ruin is equal. Then we have plus 14, plus 20, plus 26, plus 18, and plus 10 so plus 10 for Megot and plus 1 meeple for picapella. But there are some issues for picapella, and this is going to increase the size of that issue because the issue was Megot going over here and dropping a farmer on the 6 point field, potentially 9 point field. Now that field is going to become even bigger. That is a huge issue. A farmer. What? Uh, I mean, okay, okay, it's fine. I mean, at the moment it's only 6 points, right? And there are a lot of 6 point farms over here, over here, over here, over here. So it's not that important to be the first one on this field. But now the field grows though, and there still is this dagger move here. Whoa, whoa! Oh, this field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The field. think it would have been actually even better to go over here as pcapella and take the field. Because here there are like no more monasteries anymore in the deck remaining. So only vanillas would be fine for this square, which there might not be all too many remaining. There's one, two, there's three, four. Well, there's one vanilla, and that's it. Also, this is a rather nice move by Megot, so um, basically attacks this city, as there are no more dividers now remaining in the deck. So picapella is forced to continue the city to the left, and there's a very limited amount of tiles to go into here, and this is basically now a ruin. Megot takes a 5-point road, and oh, this is a fantastic tile for picapella, as he can go over here and take 5 points, and then um, block the city of, well, actually not block, but restrict the city of Megot to the one remaining city cap, to the one remaining dagger. As long as picapella does not go over here and doesn't like fully force the return of this meeple and just takes points, I will call it a good move. And the fact that he's thinking so long makes me very nervous. Nine points in the northwest. Where? There are 9-point fields here. This is 6 points. Why? Why do you bother an already troubled mind with these moves, man? 5 points and an immediate restriction of the city versus 2 points and possible restriction of the road. Yeah. God damn it. I'm sorry, but god damn it. Oh, hold up. Don't see the right. Whoops. Ah, apologies for that. Let me zoom. Yeah, okay. Now you can see the whole board. Thank you for pointing it out, Diverticus. Uh, so now we go for a restriction of this city, but we take no, but we get no points for it. Like, what is the point, man? What is the point? 2 points versus possible restriction versus 5 points and an immediate restriction to one tile, which we got. uh, Sometimes this game can be infuriating, and sometimes it is infuriating because you are watching how people blunder. But nonetheless, picapella at the moment is in 10-point lead on the scoreboard, plus 11, and the field, which is worth 15 points. So plus 26, plus 19, 17, plus 9. Somehow picapella is plus 9. After rather wild moves that he has done, like many wild moves. Now, can we go over here? Well, first of all, we can block this entirely, this monastery. Can it also be blocked like this? Sure, that's fine. Uh, Actually, no, this might not be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. That that is actually not a good move. It is not a good move. You know why? Because there was not a single tile that goes over here anyway. There are no daggers. There are no city crossroads. There are no starting tiles. There are no triple cities with a road. And there are no road Doritos in the deck. This is why tile tracking slash tile calculation matters. This is why you need to know what tiles there are remaining and how many are there of each tile. Because like it's so easy to blunder stuff like this. Because this is just a waste of a move, which we could have done over here. Just take 3 points. Ah, point is there are no points. In where? What? I mean, talking about this, maybe? But like, yeah, there are no points because it's not like a completed feature. But I'm not really sure what you which move you are talking about, Lisu. Okay, but Megot has now invested his final meeple, and we still have one, and we just meepled a 6-point field here. So we are looking, we are looking great as pcapella. Uh, though we do need to avoid a vanilla going to Megot because he still has a chance to get this meeple out, and we can make that happen. We can deny this. That's good. Don't farm. Good. Doesn't farm. And I think now wherever we go with our final meeple, which is very likely gonna be a 6-point field, right? Picabella actually should come out victorious. Okay, it's not gonna be a 6-point field, but it's gonna be a 5-point ruin. This is actually very instructive move by Megot. So knowing the tile remaining, he saw that with a field Dorito, there is no there is no 6-point field for Picabella if Megot goes over here, or with the vanilla for that matter. So blocking off a 6-point feature, forcing Picabella to take a 5-point one, does find value out of a tile, which he can no longer use without meeples for points. So it is quite a close win for Picabella after a series of very very questionable moves, I would have to say, and a lot of missed chances. I think this will. I think this stream should be serving pcapella well if he checks this out in the future. I mean, this one, going over here, creating the potential sequence of getting this ruin all to himself, then especially this one really not going for the points and immediate restriction, and instead having to invest actually one tile, two tiles, three more tiles to make this block happen in the end. And also maybe even this starter city, which is not like a mistake, maybe an inaccuracy of not attacking the city straight away with a second farm, with the second meeple, but instead having to go here for the mediocre attacking platform. And for Megot, I think it kind of rose to be an issue, especially with this move, when he made this field to be huge. Like it was already at 9 points, and with one, two, and yeah, with two open city caps. Well, actually, not two open, but two city caps that were going to grow the size of this field, and instead Megot opened two more cities to this field and didn't even meeple the field, which just incentivizes every single player in their right mind to take the field. And then it's always more annoying to attack a field than to actually just claim it straight up. And unfortunately, as a result of this eventful game, there is no more rejoice for the Australian fans. Catalonia does reign victorious from table 3 in a 2-1 duel. And this will put Catalonia in a 4-1 win overall, and will be getting rather expectedly some good tiebreakers from this match, and they will certainly now be in the mix of fighting for the top for the top 3 and even for the top 2 spots, as Catalonia still has, of course, 2 matches remaining, so much like the other teams as well. So Catalonia will still have to fight, I believe, China and I want to say China and Hungary. Let's make sure of that. So let's go to calendar and A. So still, yeah, China, and then on the final week, Hungary. So still two very tough matchups going to come Catalonia's way. But they have now upped their chances for the group standings, and that is of course what today was all about. For future streams today, we will be going with Taiwan to Tesia. So that'll happen in about 1.5 hours, and then I actually still have not decided on the later matches, but there's actually a uh, um, World Championship ice hockey match today for Finland as well, so I might not necessarily even stream after Taiwan to Czechia today. That that might be a thing. I will have to check on the schedule of the hockey match, and then I will decide based on that what I will stream today. Still after Taiwan to Czechia. But do tune in at 1100 UTC for this Group G match, where both Taiwan and Tunisia, I believe, are sitting at 1 win each, as we can see. And Tunisia would certainly be in need of a win here, having 3 matches, well, 2 matches plus today, still going on, and Croatia and Latvia already at 2 wins, threatening to take over this group, or win the group rather, and take the playoff spots. And that's where we are going to be wrapping up this stream. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. If you did enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing and liking the stream. I will be seeing you at shortly before 1100 UTC with another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match between Taiwan and Tunisia. Bye for now.